Hey there, folks. You're joining the action in the bottom of the seventh. It's the Stottlemyre 69 Memorial, and this is the last start of April. This is his sixth start. He pitched 6 times in April, and then we're going to calculate the data and compare it to how he actually did. Now, he was up 2-0 early on, and then a 2-run homer by Yastrzemski in the top of the fifth tied it, and then later in the top of the sixth, there was a 2-out, 2-run single by Laud, the center fielder. So we are in the bottom of the seventh. It's Tommy Tresh for the Yanks, and here's the pitch. Mike Nagy is pitching for the Red Sox. It's off Nagy's card. Tresh is batting lefty, so it's going to be a 4. It's going to be a ballpark single, and Tresh is a lefty. So we're going to look at what that is here quickly. Yankee Stadium. It's 1-5. All right, and it's a 6, so that's going to be an out. Line to the second baseman, 1 away. Next batter is Gibbs. And that's a 4 again, a 4-8. And that's a ground ball to the first baseman, Jones. Takes it himself for out number 2. And Len Bomer, and that's a 6 off Nagy's card. He's a righty, so that's on the other side of Nagy. This one light is annoying. There it is. And 6-9, and that's going to be ball 4. And we're going to bring in a pinch hitter. It's going to be Billy Cowan for Stottlemyre. It's going to be Cowan here in the bottom of the seventh. And here goes. It's a 5. Cowan is a, let's see what he is. Cowan is a right-hander. So it's going to be a 5, a 5-7. And that's going to be a single. And it gives us an option to go to third, but we are running, it's a single to 5-7. It's a single to left, so I don't know if I'm going to go to third. And Bomer is 1-12. That would be 1-14. Then we have to calculate the left fielder, which is Yastrzemski, -3. So we're not going to do that right now. We're going to stop at second base. But it is a single for the pinch hitter Cowan, which is a good result there. Okay, so now it's the top of the order. Horace Clarke batting from the left side. And that's a 6-6 against a lefty. A 6-6 is going to be a 1-13 single. So let's see if we can pull this out here. And a 1-13 single on a 6-6 would... No, he'd only... Hey, man, how you doing? The original Gronard. All right. That's a 20, and that's going to be an out. It was a 6-6, and it's going to be a ground ball to short. And that'll be the third out. The Yanks leave, the Yanks leave 2, hit and walk. And after 7 complete, it's a 4-2 Red Sox. We are at Yankee Stadium. And for the Red Sox, it's going to be a new pitcher for the Yanks. It's going to be McDaniel. McDaniel's going to come in and he's going to pitch. Let's see if we can find him. We usually have a tough time finding pitchers here when we're on camera. Can't find anybody usually. I was looking for Bobby Cox when I was off camera, and I couldn't find him. And no, we're not going to be able to find McDaniel, so he vanished. So we're going to bring in the next closest guy. Oh, Baltimore. Okay, we got a Baltimore player here. Let's go into a Baltimore envelope. I think McDaniel's in that envelope. Now you see why I run games in action. I I join the action in the fifth or the sixth or the seventh if it's a good game, because I've done games where it's 10-1 after 3 innings and like guys are like hanging out, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to play this game, but then I feel kind of bad. So if it's a good game, I'll kind of broadcast it. I can't find McDaniel anywhere. All right, so Harding is there. Let me try one more time. What do we got? Oh, I found him. He's with this other section here. All right, there he is. McDaniel. And then I found another guy for Baltimore. Put him in Baltimore. That's the last team they played. Usually a bunch of guys get stuck in the last team played. All right, great. So it's going to be Lindy McDaniel. He's a right-hander, and he's going to be pitching for Stottlemyre. And it's going to be Joe Askew, the catcher. All right, Askew, the catcher, and here's the pitch. That's a 1-5. A 1-5 is going to be a double, 1-14 double, and it's a single. So Askew leads off the top of the eighth with a single. And now we're going to bunt. He's a B bunter, so that's an 11. A B bunter, and we go to 11. It's going to be batter pops up. First baseman feels it. Runners hold. So he fails to advance to runner, so it's a pop 3, out number 1. And it's Joe LaHood. And that's a 5. He's a lefty. It's a 5-6. It's a strikeout. So that's out number 2 now. And that's a new pitcher, so we got to do all this stuff for the new pitcher. Next batter is Mike Andrews. Mike Andrews has got 2 singles and a walk. That's a 1-7. A 1-7 is going to be a base on balls. So Andrews has been on base 4 out of 5 times today. That's going to push Askew to second. And Yastrzemski has got a 2-run home run, and he's 1 for 4. Here's the pitch to Yastrzemski. And that's a 6. A 6-9. A 6-9 is ball 4. Bases are now loaded. So Yastrzemski manages a walk off McDaniel. Lindy McDaniel pitching. And it's going to be Tony Conigliaro. Conigliaro today is flied out, hit by a pitch, reached on an error by the third baseman, Mercer, and then struck out. And here he is in the top of the 8th inning with the bases loaded. Say 3, it's going to be off Conigliaro, a 3-12. And that's going to be a ground ball, a chopper, hit to the second baseman, Clark. He's up with it, over to first, and that's the 3rd out. So they leave the bases loaded. Have 1 hit, 2 walks, no errors, no runs. We're at the bottom of the 8th. So McDaniel made it exciting, but he got out of it. Okay. All righty. Okay, it's Nagy against Jerry Kenny, the center fielder. Normally a third baseman. It's going to be a 5. That's going to be a 5 against a lefty, so it's Nagy 5-6. It's going to be a walk, ball 4 for Kenny. So the tying run comes to the plate now, making it exciting. Sparky Lyle is warming up in the bullpen. 6-6. And against another lefty, 6-6 is going to be a 1-13 single. And that's a 10, so that's a line drive base hit. But Kenny's going to stop at second, first and second now. And it's going to be Roy White. We're going to get Sparky Lyle to come in. Actually, you know, he's batting from the left side. He'll switch over. I don't really know which side he was better from, but it looks like he was pretty good from both sides, actually, especially in the 2 column. So you know what? We're going to let Nagy go because the next batter is going to be a lefty. So we're going to let Nagy go, see what happens here against Roy White. We're not going to bunt. We could regret that. It's going to be a 2-4 against a righty, so it's a 2-4. Oh, that's a deep drive, 1-10, and a double that's potentially going to tie the game on a 11-20. So that's a 2-4 home run, 1-10, and the Yankees take the lead. Oh, a 16. That's going to be a double here. Okay, so 1 run will score for sure, and it's a double to where? Let's see. Okay, so we're going to have to roll to see where that double is to because there's nothing there. So it's a 1-2 starting left field, 3-4 center field. Okay, so it's a right field, double to right. So Roy White pulls a ball down the line, and it's going to definitely score 1 run. Kenny comes around to score, and now see if they're going to try to score Mercer. Let's look and see the right fielder's a -2. There's nobody out. You know what? They're going to hold second and third. With nobody out, you're going to hold second and third here. And that's going to be it for Nagy. We're going to get Sparky Lyle. Sparky Lyle is going to be blue. It's a 4-3 ball game now here in the bottom of the 8th with runners on second and third for the Yanks. We're playing the Stottlemyre Memorial. This is the month of April in 1969. He passed on the 13th. We're remembering him this way. And, all right, so Hall. Jimmy Hall is a left-handed batter. He's playing right field for the Yankees. And let's see what he batted that year. He batted .225 with 8 doubles, 5 triples, and 3 home runs. So let's get Lyle out of the bullpen. Sparky Lyle, stats were 8-3 with a 2.54 ERA, 17 saves. So he's going to come in for Nagy. Nagy's out, Lyle's in, and now it looks like the Yanks are calling Jimmy Hall with the lefty Lyle in there, and looks like Frank Fernandez, 223 hitter. And also you have Bill Robinson, a 171 hitter. So we're going to bring in the Frank Fernandez catcher. Both of these players played, and I write down the actual players who pinch hit and pitched and so on the left side here, so I know. So I'm going to bring in Frank Fernandez to pinch hit for Hall. You know what? Hall is playing right field. I'm going to bring in, to make my life easier, I'm going to bring in the 171 hitting Bill Robinson. I think Bill Robinson was on the We Are Family 1979 Pittsburgh Pirates. I think this is the same Bill Robinson, but with that name, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think I'm not wrong. So anyway, all right, so Bill Robinson is going to bat. Here goes against Sparky Lyle. Let's write him in. He's going to play Robinson, play right field. Okay, here goes. Bill Robinson. Second and third. So that's infield's going to be in right now for the Red Sox. They have to prevent this run from scoring for sure. So it's a 5-10. It's going to be off Sparky Lyle against a right-handed batter. A 5-10 is a ballpark single. It's got the upside down, and from a right-hander, it's actually better at Yankee Stadium. On a right-hander, it's 1-11 single, and it's a 7 line drive base hit. The game is tied. Pinch hit RBI single by Bill Robinson. Picks up an RBI there. And moving to third is Roy White. So first and third now. Game is tied. So Stottlemyre will not lose this game. All right, Jimmy Hall. Jimmy Hall. We got McDaniel here. Never wrote him in. And we're going to have Lyle here. Okay, so Jimmy Hall is up. No, we pulled Jimmy Hall. Wait a second. We pulled Jimmy Hall. And we have Tommy Tresh. Infield in again, first and third. It's going to be 4-7. So it's going to be the pitcher. And now he's he's batting from the right side, so it's a 4-7. Oh, and that's going to be trouble. 1-11, it's a double, 2-run score. And it's a 15, so a 4-7 is going to be a single. Runners advance 2 bases, so it's an RBI single. Into score is White. Hustling over to third is going to be Robinson. So it's going to be first and third now, and the Yanks take the lead here in the bottom of the 8th. So the Red Sox can't seem to get an out. They still don't have an out here in the bottom of the 8th. The Yanks have reached 5 consecutive batters have reached. And that's going to be a 1-7 against the lefty, against the left-hander. 1-7 is a ground ball to short, but that's going to be a B ground ball with the infield in. So we're going to take a look at what that's all about here. And B ground ball, runner on third is out. Result to batter. Batter is safe. Other runners advance 1 base. Okay, so the runner on third is out. I guess going home. So it's a 1-7. It's a 6-2. And it's a fielder's choice. So 1 out. And Len Vollmer, first and second now. That's a 1-4 against a lefty. A 1-4 is a ground ball to short. And the shortstop, Petrocelli, flips to Andrews and back to Jones. A 6-4-3 DP. And the Red Sox get out of the inning. But the damage has been done with 3 runs scoring on 4 hits. And the Yanks lead it by a score of 5-4 going to the top of the 9th inning. Now we're going to see who the Yanks have as a closer. Do not know much about the Yanks from the 1969 season, a little bit before my time. Notice I say a little bit. I'm not sure who the Yanks closer was in 69. You may know. Lyle needs to come out. Yeah. Well, Lyle's done. He got lucky there. Well, actually, Lyle in this game went 2.1 innings. But I'm sure he didn't give up... well, he gave up 2 consecutive singles. You know, what can I say? And then he got a fielder's choice with the infield in, and then he got a double play. So, all right, so who was the Yankees closer back in 69? Let's see. Saves 0. Let's look at the pitchers. Stan Bonson had 1 save. Let's see. These are all batters. All right. Downing had 0 saves. 14 saves for Acker. Jack Acker? I don't know how you say that. But anyway, he's going to come in. Jack Acker or Acker. We'll find out how that is. And he's going to come in and he's going to pitch to Dalton Jones, leading it off. Dalton Jones leading it off. And let's get a color for him here. It's going to be blue. Gonna pitch at least 3 batters for sure. There we go. All right, here's the pitch. Dalton Jones, the batter, batting lefty. Acker is a right-hander, and that's a 5, so that's going to be off Acker 5-10, and that's a ground ball to second base. Clark up with it over to Bomer, and that's a 4-3. One away. George Scott now, a right-hander, big right-hander. 4-8. It's going to be off the pitcher. He's a right-hander, so it's a 4-8, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. Tresh guns it to first, 2 away. Rico Petrocelli, shortstop. Here's the pitch. That's a 5-4, a 5-4. That's going to be a ballpark single for a righty. We said, I believe it was 1-12, and that's a 17. That's line caught by the shortstop. Tresh flips the ball. Game is over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. 1969. Unfortunately, Stottlemyre gets a no decision in this game. The final score is the Yanks 5 and the Red Sox 4. It was a heck of a game, a great comeback in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kenny led off with a walk, Mercer singled, and then White doubled home Kenny. It was second and third now. Sparky Lyle came in to face Hall, but then Robinson came in to pinch hit for Hall, and he singled home Mercer, tying the game at 4 apiece. And it was first and third now, and then it was Tommy Tresh who singled, batting from the right side against the left-handed throwing Sparky Lyle. He singled home the go-ahead run, and that was the score, 5-4. And that's all I got to say. Yeah, pretty good game. Went by pretty quick. I got it in the best part, huh? You got to agree with that. It was 4-2 when I started it in the bottom of the 7th, and all the action began. It was a good top of the 8th where they had the bases loaded, and an exciting bottom of the 8th with a big comeback for the Yanks, and then a 1-2-3 top of the 9th with Jack Acker pitching. He's the closer for the '69 Yanks. An era when the closers weren't the big stars that they are today, and he had 17 saves. And we also saw Lyle, who kind of gave up a couple of singles. He was the closer for the Red Sox. Eventually, he became closer for the Yankees in the big World Series years of '77 and '78 and '79 and so on until they got Goose Gossage. Anyway, that's about it. So I'm going to sign off. It was 4 runs on 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10 hits, and I believe no errors. No errors for the Red Sox. So 3, 4, 10, 0. And for the Yanks, it was going to be 5 runs on 8 hits, and they did make at least 1 error. I know Mercer made an error. Yeah, Mercer had an error, and that's it. So it's 5-8 for the Yanks. It's going to be 5, 8, and 1, and that's about it. So going to see you later. Here's Stratomatic Advanced with the ballpark effects, which is kind of cool because it's an extra layer of complexity, of depth, to not know exactly what's going to happen, how it's going to turn out. So I like that aspect of it. And every park is different, so you don't know what's going to happen. And it's different against lefties and righties, and you don't know on what. That's the beauty of Strat. I mean, every card is so absolutely unique, you know. So anyway, all right, that's about it for tonight, and I'll see you guys later with a little bit more of Stottlemyre. Have to add up the stats, go to Baseball Almanac and get the month of April, and got to do all that, and I hate doing that. That's why I use iScore for anything as lengthy as this. It's about, he has, let me see, how many starts did he have here? Stottlemyre had 39 starts, man. I don't know that I'm going to complete this, to be honest with you, unless I input all this data into iScore, but I doubt I'm going to do that game by game. I played 6 games already, so that would take me forever to. So anyway, I could always just add a picture. I don't know. I have to look at all that. I don't know what I'm going to do about this, but I hate doing stats by hand. There's nothing I hate more. So anyway, I played the month of April, and I don't know if I may even leave it here, month of April, and just leave it and float it for a while, and I don't know. We'll see. All right.